All right, in this video, I want to discuss the differences between Generation 3 and Generation 4 cuffs. So the first thing is you need to be able to identify the difference. The difference between Gen 3 and Gen 4 is really easy because Gen 4 has the doppler and the pump built onto the cuff itself, and Gen 3 does not. Okay, the pump and the doppler are built into a separate unit. Our Gen 1 cuff doesn't have a little casing, so you know Gen 1 and Gen 2 cuff are different from Gen 3 because there's no casing over the top of the valve. So when we're looking at the differences between Gen 3 and Gen 4, the major one is that the cuff and the pump and the doppler are on the cuff itself, and that's all controlled by the app. The Gen 3 is all controlled by a separate pump and doppler that then physically gets connected to the cuff. So both are untethered. You don't have to have that connected when you exercise, which is nice. The Gen 4 cuff, I can control two sets of cuffs at the same time. So I can have two individuals working out at the same time and being able to control those cuffs. So if I'm in a physical therapy setting or in a strength and conditioning setting, two people at the same time can be going off the same app. Some other differences, these cuff sizes are different. So Gen 3 is got 3 different sizes, small, medium, and large. The Gen 4 has small, medium, large, and extra large. So make sure that when you're choosing the proper size, you are using the right scale for which generation you're ordering. Those are the major differences between the two. Some people will choose to use the Gen 3 cuff if they don't want to use a separate iPhone or iPad or Android tablet device to control the cuffs. There's some hospital settings or clinical settings that don't want separate devices being used, and so they'll go with the Gen 3 cuff. The Gen 4 cuff, of course, is controlled by either your own cell phone or you can get a separate iPad or Android tablet. So those are the major differences between the two sets of cuffs. One's a little more techy with the Gen 4. One's a little more simple with the Gen 3. Both great and easy to use. Just depends on what your preference is. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out so we can help clarify the differences between Gen 3 and Gen 4 cuffs.